Hello YouTube and welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey and I greatly appreciate you joining us today. As you know, we're preparing to go to the Texas Motor Speedway as we talked about in our last episode. And I went over to Texas Motor Speedway today. A buddy of mine over there's got a shop and he let me borrow a NASCAR 350 gear because I had a 411 in this car. My spare rear end had a 411 in it, so we had to have a 350 because I don't want to zing this motor too much. We're not gonna make the 5 laps over there. It's for a charity event. You get to rent the track for 5 laps. And no, we're not gonna be running 170, 180, 190 miles an hour. We'll be lucky if we run 100, 110. But we'll be following the pace car, but I don't wanna zing the motor too much. So ride along with us. We're gonna try to see if we can get this gear swapped out and we'll see what happens. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and drain the rear end grease out from under it. And like I say, luckily this lift's gonna come in pretty handy on this deal. But take the drive shaft out. I'm sure these are all the same yoke sizes on these rear end, it should be. So we'll get the grease drained out of it and see if we can get that one swapped out. I know y'all wonder why I use crescent wrenches for everything, but they're just so handy. And I'm lazy too. But for a plug, for a pipe plug, it just worked good. I hope I can hit my funnel without spilling this everywhere. Oh, good shot. Not a drop on the ground. There's one. So go ahead and get the other side out now. Okay. Okay, see if we can get a screwdriver in here. There. And there we go. That was tight. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get a bungee strap and put that up out of the way because I don't want to pull the drive shaft out of it. So, get a bungee strap and be right back. Okay, got a rubber strap here. Let's see if we can, I don't know what length I'm gonna need, but I gotta get this thing as high as I can get it. Well, maybe I can loop it into itself. Okay, I think I can make that clear now. So we'll start getting all these bolts loose, and then I gotta try to get some help, try to set this thing out. I hope Miss Janice, my lovely wife, is gonna be up to this. Okay, well, we get a screwdriver so we can prise this thing loose, get the rest of the grease, let it drain out just for a minute, and then we will try to manhandle this thing out. Okay, got all the bolts out and got the drain pan up under here, so dry shaft's out, so we see, oh man, okay, it's gonna come off real easy. So, I've put together a bunch of stuff. My wife's come out, she's gonna try to help me get it. I think I might can get it by myself. And she'll just hold this deal. Doesn't like any grease is gonna come out, so I'm gonna move my drain pan back out of the way and then we will see what happens. Okay, we're gonna try this. My wife has volunteered. There's not very many wives that would do this. But hopefully between two, it's kind of awkward position. But okay, and okay, set it straight down. Okay. All right. That wasn't too bad. I got an oil in my eye, but all right, so that's the first part. Now we're gonna set the new one in there and we'll be done. Be right back with you. Okay, we're gonna roll the old gear out. My lovely wife's we're gonna put it on the table, and this one should be a little bit easier to get up in there, but this is a nice piece right here, all brand new stuff. But we'll take this one off and put that one up on the table and try to get it stuck in there. There you go. There we go. Okay. That was my fault. I gave it to her the wrong direction. I wish I had a new gasket. We're just gonna put just a little bit of okay, got that on there, and we're going to attempt to stab this thing. I think that I'm gonna pick this up. If you think we don't need this thing here out of the way. Okay, that's it. All right. You tell me how many wives would do that. Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome. Don't let it fall.
All right, we're going to get some bolts on this thing and put her back together. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to put the drive axles in it now. We'll do that next. Okay, we'll check those again when we get to the track. All righty, try to strap the drive shaft back in it now and put grease in it, and we should be good to go. Okay, welcome back to YouTube, and as always, you run into situations that's no fun. We got the new gear in there last night, and of course the drive shaft wouldn't work, so instead of trying to swap out yokes, because I can tell you, you cannot get them NASCAR yokes off. They don't come off. They're made to run one time and then be heated and taken off, and they build new gears there. You just don't get them off without heat, and I didn't want to heat up this borrowed gear. So pull the drive shaft out and swapped out universal joint. So we'll save this and we'll put this back in my rear end, and with this drive shaft, I've got grease in it. Took over 3 quarts of grease. Got all the straps back in for the drive shaft safety loops, and everything is ready to rock and roll. So gonna let it down off the jack, and we'll get ready to load this sucker up here in a day or so. Well, that wraps up a just edge on your seat exciting episode, doesn't it? You watched us swap a gear out, but hey, it's just a lot goes on in the shop out here. But we are so excited about getting this 88 car and taking it out to Texas Motor Speedway this weekend. We're going to take the street legal car as well. It's a children's charity event, and we are just, I've never done one before, always heard about them, but basically you rent the track, get out there and make a few laps. We're going to take street legal around a little bit. It's $50 to make 3 laps in your street legal car. I'm paying $200 to take the 88 car on a solo run behind the pace car. Like I was saying, I don't think we'll be going very fast, but I just want the opportunity to take some pictures of it. So, hey, just getting ready, and we will catch up with you later on this week. But I appreciate you guys watching. As always, subscribe if you haven't done so, and we will see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless, and take care.